Hello, friends. Welcome back to Sunday Shenanigans with me, your host, Trevor Stewart 1308. Okay, there is a very loud amount of sound coming through somewhere.
Um, Sorry, I had you muted. What type of sound is it?
It's the background sound, but it appears to be bleeding through something else.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear that.
Yeah, that's because I did something stupid there. But yeah, you guys aren't hearing the background music. Why is it?
Mm.
This is gonna make me insane.
Makes you insane?
I mean,
Well, okay, fair point. Fair point. Not the sanest to begin with. Um. Okay. Okay, that's correct. Uh. Sorry, friends. It looks like I've got to do just a little bit of management here before we really get rolling. Um,
in all honesty, at this point, it wouldn't be a proper stream if you didn't.
Right? That's just kind of the way it goes. Pardon?
Didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's not correct. Let's do this. Then. Okay, that's that. You know what?
No.
I'll just live with it for now. I'll figure this out later and I'll just live with it for now. As long as you guys aren't hearing it in the stream, long as it's not like too terribly loud for you guys.
Mm,
And it's background music?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
we're not hearing, I'm not hearing any background music.
No.
How about now?
Hang on, let me unmute the stream again so I can listen. Nope.
Well, then. Hold on, let me try one more thing and. Can you hear it now?
Yes.
Okay.
That was something.
So mostly it's there to annoy you, not us.
Well, what it's really there to do is to cover sounds in the background.
Right.
Cover the sounds of Jen moving around, or of the animals moving around, or the chairs squeaking.
Right.
It's really just white noise for most of the episode, except for, in the beginnings, in the intermissions, and at the end. So we're just going to go with it not on for this episode till I figure out what the fubble duck is going on. Well, hello friends. Welcome to Technical Issues with me, your host, Trevor Stewart 1308. We are joined by Kat, the associate producer, and the Peanut Gallery. Thank you guys for joining us. Today's pre-rolls brought to you by The Hidden Leaf, downtown Charlottesville, Virginia, on the downtown mall, 105 West Main Street, between 10,000 Villages and Hamiltons. Oh my goodness. Brain's not in it. Let me try that again. 105 West Main Street, between 10,000 Villages and Hamiltons, above the bricks, Suite 200. A great place to go with some great buds to get some great buds, eh, bud? And the only thing better than their bud is their customer service. And they do have the lowest prices in town, according to my own personal research, which is highly biased. I mean, let's face it. I'm glazing them hardcore. Now, it is... check website for times and events. The website is thehiddenleafseville.com. That's thehiddenleafseville.com. Note of disclosure, we are a political show with political opinions. They are a business who do business with people. Our political opinions do not necessarily represent any of the opinions of the business or any of their associated employees. Our opinions are our own alone. We endorse them wholeheartedly. They do not necessarily endorse our opinions. And the associate producer is getting tea. Burb. Smooth. So Peanut Gallery. I was meaning to tell you, who's this now? Oh, hey, Clueless Pancakes!
What's up?
What's up? How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Have a Sunday open for the first time in my life.
Right on. So you're gonna play with us today.
That is certainly the intention, until I have to go to lunch. But I'm going to play with us until we can.
All right. All right. Let me make you a column on the scoreboard.
Hell yeah. I'm going to lose so bad.
Oh, that's okay.
Part of the fun.
Part of the fun.
Now we just need one more person to play.
A quartet?
No, we've got four people playing currently.
Yes.
So we need a fifth one, so we can have a fifth column.
Oh, man. Ouch. Very good. Very good. The fifth column traditionally refers to the unbiased media and press. currently, that's pretty much ground news and NPR,
I was about to say NPR and nothing else.
right? And ground news isn't even a news source, it's just a news aggregator.
Mm-hmm. They're pretty great, though.
I have not tried them. I've just seen a lot of people who use them. A lot of talented individuals and you know, good YouTubers who use them. So,
Yeah.
Cat has returned. Clueless Pancakes, do you want to give us a quick introduction to yourself so that the rest of the listeners know a little about you?
Sure, absolutely. Hi, my name is Clueless Pancakes. You can also call me Nikki, but I'm perfectly fine with Clueless. I am a friend of the Hidden Leaf every once in a while, and I'm a big Wait Wait fan. I'm really excited to absolutely mop the floor with the competition.
Right on.
I mean, given how I usually do, that's really not that hard a task.
Well, I have been on vacation for the last week, not paying attention to the news at all, so I actually think I'm going to do incredibly poorly, but confidence is half of it.
This is true.
I agree. Also, I've had other things on my mind this last few days, so I'm a bit out of it.
Mm.
And I know the Peanut Gallery has the ability to just mop up in the lightning round.
This is true.
We've
When I remember to open my mouth.
Also true.
Yep. Oh, and Just Me Crystal it has the volume up and is lurking a little. All right, friends. Well, let's make sure everything is running correctly.
Goes correctly as we're ever going to get it.
Right. Let's watch something. There we go. There's that. Browser audio, Discord chat. Everything seems to be working. Now.
This message comes from
Can you guys
Capella
hear it?
University. With Capella's FlexPath learning format,
It's
you
quiet,
can
but I
set
can
your
hear it.
own deadlines and learn on your schedule. A different future is
Clueless, do
closer
you
than
have
you think with
on
Capella
Discord? Do you have the
University.
box that
Learn
says
more at
watch?
capella.edu.
I am on mobile, so if I was on, I might have to
From
put my
NPR
PC
and
over the way.
WBEZ Chicago.
But yes, I do know how to turn up the.
No. If you're in the general window, if you click the watch thing, you'll be able to hear it better.
Okay.
You don't have to adjust the volume; it just funnels it better, so you're not just listening through what you're hearing with Trevor.
There, I just turned up Pancake's volume in the Discord stream. All right.
All right. Cool.
Pancakes, would you say something real quick?
Hello, my name is Pancake.
All right, that works for me. That is
Cool.
a bit more audible. From a producer standpoint, we would say that's a bit more bright.
Fantastic.
How was church, Crystal? All right, here we go.
Chicago, this is Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm not just eye candy. I'm also ear candy.
Right there.
I'm Bill Curtis, and here is your host at the Studebaker Theater and the Fine Arts Building in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody. It's great to be back with you. We were all excited to do a special Halloween show for everybody, but we realized we were just going to miss it by a couple of days. So, taking inspiration from the local Walgreens, this is now a Christmas show. So later on, we're going to be talking to the amazing Brian Jordan Alverez. He's the star of English Teacher on Hulu. But first, get on our nice list. Call in, play our games. Give us a call at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. Let's welcome our first listener contestant. Hi, you're on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, Peter. How are you?
I'm well. Who's this?
This is Megan Kane from Westfield, Massachusetts.
I know.
Hi,
West.
Megan.
What do you do there?
Well, I was a stay-at-home mom for a while. Now I work part-time. I'm a mentor for 5th and 6th graders at one of our public elementary schools. And coming up soon,
Gosh
I'll be
bless
working
you.
at the polls for Election Day on
Well,
Tuesday.
good for you.
That
That is and patriotic work, and I appreciate it. I'm also interested in the fact that you were stuck at home with your own children and you couldn't take it anymore, so you decided to go get stuck with other people's children.
Yeah, because you can give them
punishment, I guess.
back at the
Well,
end
Megan,
of the
let me
day.
introduce you to our panel this week. First up, it's the comedian and fashion designer, really, whose latest project you can see at bbspoke.shop. It's Brian Babylon.
Hi, Brian.
Next, it's the comedian you can see at Union Hall in Brooklyn, New York on November 23rd. It's Emmy Blotnick.
Hi, Emmy.
And he's the host of the daily podcast TBTL and the public radio variety show Live Wire, live this weekend at the Alberta Rose Theatre as part of the Portland Book Festival. It's Luke Burbank.
Hi, Luke Burbank.
Megan, welcome to the show. You're, of course, going to play Who's Bill this time. Bill Curtis is going to read you 3 quotations from this week's news. If you can correctly identify or explain just 2 of them, you will win our prize. Any voice from our show you might choose for your voicemail. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Now, your first quote is the one word that everybody seems to be using to summarize something that's been going on but will finally end on Tuesday. Here is that word.
Garbage.
The
That was
election.
used by both candidates
Yeah,
and many
I'm going
other
with the
people in the
election
final
as well.
days of what?
The campaign.
The election cycle.
The election, yes. We're only a few days away in the remaining hours, really, before Election Day. Both candidates are making their final push to voters.
Define this election cycle with it would be unprecedented.
What?
I think if I had one word to define this election cycle with, it would be unprecedented.
Unprecedented. Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I would definitely say that. Did you say the election cycle, Pancakes?
I did. But that's
Huh.
okay.
You did?
I did. I did say
Okay.
election. Thank you very much.
And Peanut Gallery, did you?
I said nothing.
Okay. I will stop and ask the ones that I have a hard time hearing if that's what they said up until the lightning round.
Yes.
Lightning round. Your phone has, I think, a sound dampening thing on it, Pancakes. Like a gate, a noise gate on it.
Okay.
So it takes a second to for me to hear you.
Okay. I will speak closer to the phone.
Say everything twice too, because it
I'll
takes.
say everything twice.
Because
Everything twice.
Everything twice.
everything twice. This is Redundancies Department of Redundancies Department.
I got you.
Yeah, but
I got
it's
you.
okay. By the second time you say something, or the end of the first time, it picks up what you're saying, and the volume, it turns your volume up.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things that they do so that you don't hear background noise of somebody's phone during the phone call.
Right. Right. Well, I do have my laptop up here, but its sound setup is worse. My professional sound setup is at work right now. But, I'm also happy to be Peanut Gallery if I end up interrupting too much. So, let's play.
Right on. Let's do it. And Peanut Gallery, don't forget to speak up. Just speak.
Well, if you clean peanut gallery, I'm cleaning pancakes.
We're not switching names midstream.
Okay.
to voters. Harris's closing argument was that Trump represents a fundamental threat to democracy, while Trump's closing argument was Puerto Rico, am I right?
Oh,
Of course,
God.
we have to be aware of this. Tuesday will not be the end. We might not know the result of the election for weeks. Arizona campaign officials say it could take until Donald Trump is president to count all the ballots.
On the plus side, I have made text friends with some very important people.
Really?
If you saw the people that have been texting me, Luke Burbank, it's wild.
Are they counting on you, Luke?
I mean, I assumed I played a fairly significant role in this election, but I had no idea.
Now, of course, I mean, it seems like this always happens. Kamala Harris had this amazing rally on the ellipse, and Joe Biden kind of stepped on it by when he seemed to call Trump supporters garbage. His aides say that's ridiculous. He would never say that in public. And the Trump campaign, because they love this, they immediately embraced Biden's gaffe about garbage in Wisconsin. The very next day, Donald Trump dressed as a garbage man and drove around in a garbage truck. And get this,
oh my God,
J.D. Vance as his running mate.
Yeah. But you know, the funny thing I saw when he put on that orange garbage
oh my
thing,
God,
he looked like a candy corn. Did you see that?
Okay, that is hilarious. No, I saw the picture. I think it was like last night as I was about to start watching my Britcoms to fall asleep. I saw the picture. I was like, nah, I just hallucinated that. This is just Trump still working at the McDonald's and I'm hallucinating. I'm like way too tired and stressed. I'm just not all here. This can't be true.
Even better.
Why would he dress up as himself? He's already a trash man.
And what were you saying, Pancakes?
If you look at the tape, he does not manage to open the door to the garbage truck. He like falls. I don't know. I find that really funny.
I do too.
Oh, that's okay. Okay. All right.
As the truck rejected him and told him wrong seat, you right in the back.
Yes.
Okay. Trump garbage man. Think that should get us there?
I think it should.
Oh my God, that is totally candy corn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez. Cheese and crackers.
Flattering picture of him that exists and that's saying something.
Yes. His face is the same color as his vest.
Looks like he's wearing bad face paint, like he was painted up to look like a Cheeto. And they did the whole typical, we're not going to do around your eyes and your mouth because we can't do that with this color.
Right. Well, also his eyebrows specifically, and like, he looks like he's doing bad minstrel orange face.
Yeah, that too. Is it looks like he got his face paint from Spirit Halloween.
I mean, yeah.
Yes, it does. It looks like he got. Yes. You know what, man? This is cultural appropriation, clown culture appropriation. That is not right. That is being defamatory to clowns.
Oh, who's the actor that bought the rights to Bozo the Clown?
Oh,
Dave Arquette. Someone call Arquette and let him know.
Dave Arquette bought the rights to Bozo the Clown?
Are you kidding?
Wow. Wow.
Oh, wow, he did do that.
Okay, so...
I didn't know that someone is messing with his intellectual property here.
Oh my God, my brain just... Oh, that, Oh, Peanut Gallery. Oh, Peanut Gallery.
That's why I typed it.
I'm gonna say it out loud, though.
Okay.
So, Peanut Gallery says, it looks like he's getting ready to get on his knees to greet Putin.
Yeah, it does.
I think even Putin would look at this and go, no.
No. I'm sorry, no. Yet, I have a problem with clowns. I do not like the clowns in my circus. Yet.
Mm-hmm.
So many things wrong with this photo. There's the microphone in the shot near where his shot should be.
Right.
Yep.
There's his mouth that I agree looks like he's about to say hello to his favorite dictator.
Yes.
Penis potato.
Penis potato.
Penis potato, yes.
Just absolutely incredible.
The color grading, too. And see, everybody in the background's like taking pictures, got their phones out there, like getting ready to, they're like, oh God, okay, we haven't even gotten to the video of him struggling yet. I'm sorry, you broke up there. Oh my God. It's not a better picture. I'm sorry. What did you guys say?
Go ahead.
I said, no, it's not a better picture.
Brother, Hi, Lockpick. Good to see you. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. And you probably just got to it, didn't you? No? Ha! Okay. Oh, jeez. Just jeez. Okay. How do you...
I don't know.
I don't want to watch that on X.
Give me 1 second and I'll find you the YouTube link. There you go.
I think this is the one. Huh?
Yeah, that might be it.
Oh, no, this one.
It's that one. Yep, it's that one.
He almost fell down.
The truck said no.
It looks like he's too drunk. It looks like I've seen people come out of Miller's trying to, like, get into their car like that. Like,
maybe that's why his makeup is so messed up. This is after hours makeup, after he's already gone through all of the cocktails and he's just barely standing up.
Oh, God. Yep. That's exactly what it is.
Okay. Well, that explains how he looked in that very first shot.
That does explain that. Yes. So, Kat said to Lockpick, it's good to see you. According to yesterday's show, you were broken and returned to the locksmith shop for another one. Lockpick says, I get broken and returned on a regular basis. I'm kind of used to it. Yeah, you missed the story of why there was no Halloween stream, Lockpick. It was epic. But yeah, the locksmith apprentice broke off a lockpick in my car door.
Oh no!
That's what they're calling it nowadays.
Yep, that's what they're calling it nowadays. You're
That's
correct.
what they're calling it nowadays. Yes. At Lockpick, you can break yourself off in my lock any day.
That sounds like a medical problem.
Only if you want it to be.
Hey, Lockpick, you can be my medical problem any day.
Ooh.
I'm not sure. I feel a little dirty about that one.
I mean, considering that's edging into the spicy side of book talk type stuff, yes.
Yeah. I mean, really, that's where I draw my line when hitting on lockpick. That one.
When you start sounding like one of the extremely poorly written parentheses romance books, yes.
Fair enough. Fair enough. When it goes from being really bad chat up line to cheesy romance novel line.
Not cheesy, because the cheesy romance novels are good. It's the problem with the really poorly written ones.
Okay.
When you hit that level, it's bad.
Okay.
I gotta agree. I will go into bookshops and please show me your cheesiest lesbian novel. And I'll be. I want total cheese. I want cheddar.
Cheddar.
As long as it's decently written, because you can have all of the spice that you want, and it comes across as spice, as long as it's well written. Then you get the poorly written ones, and it's like, okay. I see what you're doing. You've chosen to put some words on a page and arrange them in what you hope was a pleasing fashion, but this is not a pleasing fashion. This is just a bunch of letters dropped on the page.
A lot of times I find those even more fixating because I'll buy the book, right? And I'll take a red pen and I'll just start editing it.
You just I do.
It's good if we spent another 2 hours editing.
Yes.
New hobby unlocked. Oh my God, I always wondered why I had built up such a proliferation of bad books.
Have you ever taken the PDF version and then sent it back to the company hey, I fixed it for you?
Right.
Here you go.
Send a copy to the author. So much better.
That'll be $2,000, please.
Right. Okay. So back to the game.
You see that thing someone posted from the orange vest to his face to that hair? It was straight candy corn land. It was.
See that?
No one told him, hey, man, don't. Nah, go ahead.
The tension between Trump's political instincts and his team and his handlers and their sort of political instincts was in its most stark when he got into that garbage truck. Because you could tell that 4 people tried to say, "Sir,
do not get in that garbage
This
truck.
is not a good look for you."
Yeah.
It was touch and go. He was trying to first he couldn't get the door open, then he was trying to reach up onto these handles. There's 4 Secret Service dudes that are like, do we help him?
Yeah. Our president's compostable.
You're just standing there. Which bin do I throw him in?
Is he litter or?
All right, Megan, here is your next quote.
Lions and tigers and beers.
That was a scientific journal summing up a new finding that what is much more common in the animal kingdom than we thought.
Alcoholism.
Yes, drinking alcohol. A new study finds that deliberate alcohol use among...
Pancakes, did you get there?
I did not. I didn't say it fast enough.
They were.
going to go with fermented wheat, so...
What?
I was specifically going to say fermented wheat and not alcohol, too. So either way, I don't get the point.
With the honor system. Okay. And peanut gallery?
Nope.
Nope. All right.
All kinds is far more widespread than we thought. From chimpanzees to fruit flies, apparently they are also watching this election. I mean, we've known that they do this, but this new study says that they do it much more than we thought, and even more than that, they do it apparently for the same reasons we do. For example, this is true. They found male fruit flies turn to alcohol after they were rejected by a potential mate. That's true. And the bartender's like, don't worry, pal. You only live a week.
Yeah.
You should see them when there's a round of layoffs. Like fruit flies that have just been fired really go after it.
Oh, yeah.
You should see them drop.
Well, and also, this is true. I want to share this with you. The more alcohol they consume, the less discerning female fruit flies become about potential mates.
What kind
my
of
goodness.
First of all, high-powered microscope was this scientist using, and what drugs was he on to be like, yeah, you know what? His feelings are hurt right now.
I like the idea of the scientist looking at what seems to be a regular petri dish, and it's just, organism. It just keeps enhancing, and then it's just like a bar.
That's what I'm saying.
Like inside the bar, and then just like one fruit fly that can't get laid, and just like keep in this little world of these animals.
Do you know who can hold their liquor? Hornets. Hornets apparently can ingest an 80% ethanol solution with no effect on their behavior unless, of course, you count their yelling, no, I'm okay to drive. Now, of course, I should say these animals, insects, they're not like downing shots of vodka. It's rather they're getting drunk and fermented fruits and fruit juice, right? It's more of a brunch thing.
Bottomless plums.
So this is really just bugs, not people's household pets are sneaking. Hey, man, I thought I had some Pinot in this fridge. And let bugs be bugs, bro.
All right, Megan, here is your last quote.
If you do see anybody selling some cheap cheddar, can you let us know?
That was a cheesemaker in the UK pleading for help after what happened to his cheese.
The cheese theft.
Almost 25 tons
I might
of
need a
cheese.
hint. Was it stolen?
It was.
Okay. What did everybody say?
Cheese theft.
The cheese theft. We covered it yesterday. That's right.
I did say that.
Huh?
I said
I still didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
I said I believe the cheese was stolen.
Yes.
Yes.
Peanut Gallery gets on the board with their first point.
I'm sorry. I'm just here to make a point.
I know. And you're not talking about the one on top of my head. I know. All right. Back to it.
Stolen. You didn't need a hint. That's right. It's being called the, quote, great cheese heist of 2024. $400,000 worth of cheddar cheese was stolen. That's 22 tons. They are going to have to steal so much lactate.
Yeah.
Right?
Sounds like some savoir faire.
A group of old-fashioned...
I was going to say just... What?
Go ahead, Chuck.
Okay. I was just going to say, think about the constipation.
No, thank you. I'm good.
You know why they're going to eventually get caught? Is because in the end, no one gives a crap.
This is true.
Warning, jokes are about to get cheesy.
And shitty.
And crappy. You're a little late on that warning. What was that, Pancakes?
I've read that French cheeses, a lot of times Parmesan, will come with microchips embedded with it now because it's so valuable. Which I think is the funniest thing I've read in my life.
Did you chip your cheese?
I did not chip my cheese, and apparently I could. I mean, 22 tons of cheese, what was it even accomplished?
You know,
no need to buy the Tostitos. It comes with chips already.
I was working my way to a nachos joke. You got there first. Well played. Well played. Golf clap, golf clap. We're gonna snooze these ads and try and finish up this round of before ads.
Old-fashioned cheesemakers, the guys who do the stuff by hand, make the good stuff, say they were contacted by a man who said he represented this big French grocery chain and he wanted to place a huge order. And they were so convinced he was real. He said, so anyways, I'm looking for some fromage. And they shipped off the cheese, and when they didn't get paid, they realized they'd been ripped off. And they were heartbroken. One cheesemaker said of his stolen cheeses, quote, and this is real, I feel like I knew each one individually.
So you know what? And if I was a detective for this, you start at the charcuterie boards and go back. You know what I'm saying? Wherever there's an explosion in charcuterie boards, usually
that's smart.
Hot cheese right after that.
Right. But I would say, to Brian's point, look for the criminal gang that hasn't taken a number 2 in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they found him.
There's
no,
your guys.
Actually, they did catch a guy. Somebody is in custody as of showtime, and all they needed to do was wait for someone to buy 4,000 cases of Triscuits. Bill, how did Megan do in our quiz?
Fantastic. She was really hot and gets us off to a good start.
Well done, Megan. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I just realized that's why Triscuits with cheese.
Because one gives you the fiber and the other one provides the reason for the fiber?
Bingo.
Yeah, I didn't figure that out either.
Ding.
Light bulb.
What?
Light bulb.
Light bulb. Yeah,
It was a light bulb moment.
it was. And I don't have anything that, like... What I could do is lower that so that... Click it and turn it on. Maybe next time.
Maybe.
Triscuits and cheese. My goodness. I feel slow.
Okay, panel, it is time for a brand new game that we are calling
What's Dame Helen Mirren up to this week?
So, Luke, you're our player for this inaugural edition.
okay.
What is Dame Helen Mirren, the legendary British actress, up to this week? Is it A, talking with great emotion about aging, her career, and how, quote, if you love what you do, it never feels like working, it's playing? Or B, she was talking about aging and how, quote, it's so sad that Kurt Cobain died when he did because he never saw GPS.
It's that one. It's Kurt Cobain. Yeah.
Okay. I'll go with
I
that.
pray to God it's number 2.
Peanut Gallery?
That was it.
I didn't catch what they said over your talking. Sorry.
Was it A,
Do What You Love, or B,
right.
aging and that Kurt Cobain never got to see GPS?
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't be asking you if it was just simply to do what you love. So
Yeah.
Everyone, it sounds like, is taking B.
Okay.
Pray to God it's number 2.
It is, in fact, B, yes. Congratulations. During an interview with the Evening Standard newspaper, the celebrated actress, completely unprompted, started talking about Kurt Cobain and GPS, something she loves, and she says she regrets that Cobain
What?
never got to experience it.
What?
Shockingly, this is not the first time that Dame Helen Mirren has talked about Kurt Cobain and technology. In the past, she mentioned how sad she was that he had never seen a laptop or been on the internet.
Somebody needs to check Dame Helen Mirren's, Trapper Keeper, because I feel like she has written on there, Mrs. Helen Cobain.
Right.
Over and over again. This is an old school crush.
And a Courtney Love
This guy's
page
taking
with
up a lot of
lots
real
of
estate in her
X's.
brain.
No, she's imagining the Insta handle, at Kurt and Helen, you know. She's,
Right.
Eat some Dippin' Dots. You think about Kurt.
Yeah.
And that he never had them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Coming
wow,
up, business
that's
or
just-
pleasure in our Bluff the
wow,
Listener
I don't
game. Call
know.
1 888 Wait to Play. We'll be back in a minute with more of Wait, Don't Tell Me from NPR.
All right, we've got an ad starting in about 15 seconds.
Okay.
Way to be on top of that one, Pancakes. Way to have that one going.
I'm sorry that I spoke over Peanut Gallery, but I did see that headline earlier this week, and I thought that I was tripping.
You know, I love that. That's the kind of thing that we look for, is the stuff that makes you go, did I really just... Did I... No.
Yeah, I tracked down the original article to look at the context, too. The context doesn't help, by the way. It's just totally unprompted.
Yeah. Well, now I'm gonna be obsessed with what is Helen Mirren's thing with Kurt Cobain and technology. Like, why? You know, I don't think Kurt Cobain would have been that shook by technology because he was so concentrating so much on his stomach pain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think what would amaze what would have amazed Kurt Cobain is the advances in medical science that they probably couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like yeah. But what? I can understand Helen Mirren's fascination with Kurt Cobain. Like, that tracks. And Helen Mirren's fascination with the progression of technology also tracks. It's the crossover that I'm just not getting.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're right. I think they're right.
That she's...
He was got like a schoolgirl crush on Kurt Cobain. Was really disappointed.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I can't say that... I can't say that that's, like, even out of the ordinary, you know. I had a schoolgirl crush on Kurt Cobain, you know.
Yeah.
I think a lot
very
of people,
understandable.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did, because a lot of the people that music appealed to were in a headspace to have a schoolgirl crush.
Yeah.
I mean, at the time, both my girlfriends and my boyfriend had a crush on Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
And Courtney Love. And Trent Reznor. I mean, we were grunge bunnies. That was what we were.
Never was a fan.
Really?
Yep.
Why? Was it just that it didn't grab you?
Well, to put it in modern parlance, I would say I was not a fan of mumblecore.
Ah. Okay.
Can you repeat that?
He wasn't a fan of mumblecore.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I think I didn't actually know, all the lyrics to Smells Like Teenage Spirit until 2019.
Right.
And I was absolutely shocked at some of them.
Yeah.
My girlfriend at the time knew them all, and she'd sing it next to me, and I'm like, you're making that up. And she was not.
No.
What are you fucking talking about?
It was part of the aesthetic, though. And, you know, while I was a fan of the more articulate versions of grunge, such as Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, and even Pearl Jam was more articulate. More.
I enjoyed Soundgarden.
Huh?
I enjoyed Soundgarden.
I love Soundgarden, but I can't get behind Pearl Jam.
There were things about Pearl Jam that I liked.
Yeah.
There were specific songs that really appealed to me.
That's true. They do have some incredible standout songs.
Right.
I will absolutely admit that.
Yes. And Eddie Vedder's voice, I liked it. And then, working when he came in for Temple of the Dog for doing Hunger Strike, like that was an anthem for me. Hunger Strike was an anthem for me. Up there with most of the songs on Alice in Chains Dirt.
Yeah.
Man, my teachers knew. They knew that I was going to have a substance abuse problem back at high school, and I'm listening to Dirt, and understanding exactly what he's talking about. And we were reading Long Day's Journey into Night, and I made an offhand comment about how, man, morphine sounds, the way they describe it, morphine sounds pretty ideal to me.
Yeah, right?
And the teacher's like, but that's like, I mean, dissociative and fuzzy. And I said, yeah, and not in pain. Teacher was like, oh, wow, you're gonna have problems later in life, aren't you? Yeah, I mean, just saying. And yeah, I had some idea of where what trajectory my life had in store for me in high school, and I won't say I was looking forward to it. I knew that it was not going to be good or fun. Like, I didn't think Trainspotting was a glamorous movie. It was just like, yep, I see me in that. I see where I'm headed. You think if you catch it early, you could solve these kinds of things for people, right? You think, oh, I can get them counseling, or I can talk them through. Sometimes some people's lives' trajectories are just what they are, and there is nothing that can be done about it, no matter how hard you try. And I'm not saying people shouldn't try, because there's no telling whose life is going to be like that, and there's no telling who's going to be able to survive that and who isn't. But I think the message here is, when you try, don't hold yourself responsible when you can't change the course of someone else's life. You have to come to terms with that you did the best you could, and that it was something on their end, something in them, something that happened to them, or something that was part of them that made them choose whatever direction they went in. Not to take it somewhere serious there for a second or anything.
I mean, yeah.
But that is just where it went.
That is.
So let's get back to the game. We're back from commercial.
True.
I'll be needing to head out in about 10 minutes for that one Pam mentioned, but I've had so much fun, guys, and I hope I get to do it again soon.
Thank you. We hope you do too. We're glad you're here.
Yep.
Also, you know, Saturdays on a General Chaos episode, or really any episode, pretty much most Saturdays. Feel free to hop in.
Right.
Good.
Thank you much. And we'll go ahead and keep playing till you have to go.
Yeah.
Instructors are yourself to dining portable food.
It has no lounges.
Easy, Chicago. This is Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm Bill Curtis. We are playing this week with Emmy Blotnick, Luke Burbank, and Brian Babylon. And here again is your host at the Studebaker Theater in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill. Right now, it is time for the Wait, Don't Tell Me Bluff the Listener game. Call 1-888-WAIT-WAIT to play our game on the air, or check out the pinned post on our Instagram page at WaitNPR. Hi, you are on Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, Peter. This is Yvonne in Olympia, Washington.
I love Olympia, Washington. One of my favorite places. I have good friends there. What do you do?
I am an artist and a middle school art teacher, and I also play in a band called Sticks and Bones.
Sticks and Bones. What kind of band is it?
It's a queer women-led honk band, all inclusive,
Okay.
all abilities. Yeah.
Honk music? Is that like where you just show up and just honk on your instruments?
Honky tonk.
Well, that's what I do because I don't know how to play. But
Yvonne, well, welcome to the show. You're going to play the game in which you must try to tell truth from fiction. Bill, what is Yvonne's topic?
Sticks and
Traveling
bones.
for business?
Shrimp. They're so great. It's a chance to meet colleagues from all over, to see new places, and finally enjoy anything you want from the minibar because you're not paying. This week we heard about chaos on a work trip. Our panel is going to tell you about it. Pick the one who's telling the truth. You'll win the Waiter of your choice on your voicemail. Are you ready to play?
Yes.
All right. First up, it is Luke Burbank.
Robert Baluku, a Ugandan delegate to the United Nations, recently found himself between a rock and a hard place. As The Guardian reported this week, a UN conference in Cali, Colombia had so many delegates in attendance that the city completely ran out of hotel rooms. So Baluku and others ended up staying at Motel Desires, an hourly rental sex motel with rooms featuring stripper poles, sex swings, circular beds, and mirrors on the ceilings. The setup is quite different from other hotel rooms, said Baluku, who has now been declared Uganda's Minister of Understatement. But motel manager Diana Echeverry made it her goal to welcome the delegates, even cooking them a fresh breakfast each morning of eggs, coffee, and traditional Colombian bread. And it seemed to work. According to the article, the delegates kind of loved Motel Desires. We are enjoying ourselves, Baluku told The Guardian. This motel is more comfortable than many of the other places we've stayed. Now, if you can excuse me, I need to stare at my reflection in the ceiling and practice my presentation for tomorrow.
Delegates to a very serious UN conference in Cali, Colombia, having to stay in a sex motel. Your next out-of-office message comes from Emmy Blotnick.
When Samantha Myers started her internship at a Canadian construction company, she thought it would be straightforward. She never thought she'd be sent on a clandestine business trip to broker a deal with the Quebecois mafia. According to the Globe and Mail, Samantha took some liberties under the special skills section of her resume. I saw it as an aspirational space, Samantha explained. Her special skills were mentalist, hostage negotiation, and perfect French. Unfortunately, her skills were just the thing her employer needed to broker a major deal with a rival. They needed 100 tons of gravel at a low price, so they sent Samantha to the province to meet with the head of the construction mafia. Samantha took her can-do attitude and 2 weeks of Duolingo French to the meeting and came home with an incredible deal, 100 tons of well-made Quebecois gravy. The French word for gravel is gravier, so I got confused. But really anyone could have made this mistake, explained Samantha, the only person who could have made this mistake. The gravy will be mixed into concrete, and so now all Ontario roads will smell like slow-cooked beef. It's a win-win.
A woman sent to negotiate with the Quebecois mafia to get gravel and came back with gravy instead.
I like it,
Your last story of getting all up in somebody's business travel comes from Brian Babylon.
Archaeologists from all over the world gathered in Chicago this week for the Global Archaeology Conference were amazed by a discovery that would change everything they thought they knew about the ancient world. One exhibit booth showcased newly unearthed relics from an excavation somewhere in the Egyptian desert. Items include an ancient tablet adorned with hieroglyphics spelling out LOL and ROFL, a ceremonial cup with an embedded QR code, and a clay tablet engraved with what looked like an iPhone. Professors from top universities were soon gathered around, nodding seriously, with Dr. Viva Cohen, a specialist in Egypt's third dynasty, proclaiming, perhaps what we have been calling hieroglyphics the whole time were secretly emojis. She spent 30 minutes analyzing the tablet until a student scanned the QR code, revealing a YouTube video of cats dressed as pharaohs. Gasp turned to laughter as a group of PhD students revealed it was a prank. Most professors took it with stride. With Dr. Cohen laughing, it's a reminder that we need to think outside the tomb, ha ha ha. Now, if you will, I need to go look at that cat video again.
I want it to be seen so bad.
I'm taking C.
What?
It better not be B.
It's not B. Can't be B.
Not B.
I'm saying A, but man, do I want it to be C, because that is so wonderful.
All right. So which one are you picking?
C.
All right, so C, C, A.
You and Peanut Gallery are taking C?
Yep.
Okay. Pancakes?
A.
A. You're taking what? B?
With the fawns.
Yep.
A for the fawns or B for the fawns?
No, she said going with A. You said A. Therefore the joke.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Their offices at home to work abroad. Was it, from Luke Burbank, some diplomats at a serious UN conference in Cali, Colombia, having to stay at a hotel for a more hourly
We
flight?
can all still change our guess
a
until
woman
they
who was sent by
say.
her boss to get some gravel and came back with gravy instead because of her poor French. Or from Brian Babylon, archaeologists gathering in Chicago were fooled by what seemed to be a discovery of ancient high technology. Which of these is the real story of a work trip?
So I'm going to go with Luke's hotel sex desires.
All right, well, to bring you the correct answer, we spoke to a reporter who
it's
reported
A.
on
He went right
that
through it.
story.
They took out some of the sex swings and chairs, so they tried to slightly de-sex it.
That was Phoebe Weston, a biodiversity reporter for The Guardian, who visited the sex hotel along with the diplomats. Congratulations, Yvonne, you got it right. Luke was, in fact, telling the truth. I see sometimes that.
For once.
For once.
For once.
And you have won our prize, the voice of anyone you might choose. Congratulations, Yvonne.
Thank you. Thank
and
you so
keep
much.
honking.
I will.
Take care.
Okay, good choice of music on that one.
I really was not expecting C to be the answer, but I was really hoping.
Yeah.
Right? Because It's not that there's part of me that really didn't want it to be A. Like, I'm like, why? But
if it had been B, I would have been so upset with Lockpick and several other Canadians I know for not telling me that one.
Right, exactly. Like, come on, guys. Why did you not let us in on that?
Exactly.
But that's also because, though, it happened in Quebec. And as Canadians will tell you, what happens in Quebec doesn't matter anywhere else.
See, what they really should have said, instead of saying that they were going to mix the gravy in with the tarmac to make the roads, they should have said they were still going to use it for the gravel for the road netting, so people can ride on the gravy trains.
Oh. Well played.
Yeah.
Well played. Thanks for joining us, Pancakes. It was great to have you. Look forward to seeing you on again soon.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I won't be seeing you up at the Leaf for a few days because of car stuff. Dun dun dun.
We'll be there in spirit.
Yep, in spirit.
In spirit.
I'll see you later.
See you later. And let us get back to the game.
Yep.
And now the game we call Not My Job. Actor Brian Jordan Alverez didn't wait for some network to let him do a sitcom. He spent years making TV series and movies with his friends, putting them on YouTube between his acting jobs. Finally, FX on Hulu got the hint, and his new show, English Teacher, which he created and stars in, is their latest hit. Brian Jordan Alverez, welcome to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Thank you for having me.
So welcome. You have had this remarkable career, but right now it has brought you to this new sitcom on Hulu, which everybody loves. It's called English Teacher. And for people who don't know it, it is about, in fact, an English teacher. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. And I've cast myself in the role of the titular English teacher.
Right. How'd you get the part? Did you like a killer audition?
I talked to the guy who created the show, and he was like, "You have a good look, and we want you for this," which was me.
The character is openly gay and sometimes has to deal with all these expectations that people have of him.
Yeah, and I accept that about him, by the way.
You're very, it's very open-minded for you to play.
Yeah, I was like, it's okay. Yeah.
You're right. That's cool.
my own sort of way of thinking.
Yeah. Have you been like contacted by some of the teachers you had when you were growing up saying, "It's me, isn't it? That part where he's really sensitive, that's me, right?"
Not saying it's me, isn't it? But I have had a lot of sort of Facebook support from one of my teachers, Phil White, who is. He would perch on his chair. He would always be on his chair, and he would spill coffee all over himself. And so, yeah, I had a lot of great English teachers, Claire Reichman and Tom Gladstone, and I just like to name drop my English teachers.
Right,
you know?
right.
We get it.
So when you're crouching in a chair spilling coffee all over yourself, you say, "This is because of the great teachers I had."
Yeah, exactly.
The show is set obviously in the present day. Did you have to like research like how high school has changed since you were there? Did you bring in?
I had to research the present day because I live in the past. I'm like, so stuck in the past.
Yeah.
You know? No, you know what it is that I'm very online, as they say. I'm sort of terminally online. I part of me, you know, a part of me that I'm always trying to improve is the part of me that can't get through most film and TV because I'm on TikTok too much. So then I think that's to the show's benefit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are user interfaces for the internet terminally online? That's going in the notebook.
me.
Yeah, I know. The funny thing is, the root really is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so terminally online comes from, terminal disease. A terminal disease is a disease that terminates you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, no. I think it's a disease that is with you until you terminate.
Mm-hmm.
It's with you until death, right?
Mm-hmm.
A user
Okay.
interface terminal for the internet, any terminal, is where it ends and the next step begins. Our computers are digital terminals. They're the terminus of the internet in a digital manner. The next thing it interacts with is me.
Us.
Right.
Yeah.
An analog source. So, this is the dual use of, even though this is two different uses of terminal, and it is also not, and it is true. It is both not true and true. It is a Schrodinger's joke. Ow, my brain.
Good luck.
Ow, my brain. Just ow, my brain. That was, that went way deeper than I meant for it to. Let's get back to the game.
Yes.
That I sort of know, how people are talking right now and what people are arguing about online, and so some of that translates.
So you made a name for yourself by posting all of these videos to YouTube and TikTok. You've got self-made movies, you've got TV shows, you've got a video, just one I picked at random, called Dancing to Cheeseburger in Paradise, which is literally just you dancing shirtless to the Jimmy Buffett song Cheeseburger in Paradise.
Yes. Yeah, that was a lot of these are sort of COVID outgrowths where it's like you're in your apartment so long, and as a creative person, you just start coming up with nonsense, basically.
Really? And you say, what am I going to do today? I don't know. I'll dance around to Cheeseburger in Paradise and put it on the internet, and then I'll go have lunch. Is that like your thought process?
Yeah, it's just like, how do I keep releasing content even when my only idea is to dance in my underwear? Then I'll just post that.
You're kind of you're having a big moment with that again, Brian, because you've been doing this meme, like this film, What Can You Offer My Daughter? And the guy says nothing,
Yes.
and then does this dance. You've done roughly 1,000 of those in the last week?
Yes, 1,000. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
How did you land on that?
So that's a TikTok trend. I saw somebody do it. I thought it was really funny. I personally, I don't think that I'm aware of ever been part of a sort of a traditional TikTok dancing trend until now. And so English Teacher, I'm very proud of. The critics loved it, and a lot of people were watching it, but I wanted more people to watch it. And so I started doing this TikTok dancing trend, and I say stream English Teacher, and apparently it has quite seriously affected the numbers. And it's just sort of like people are saying they feel like they're watching like a bird do a mating call.
And you have used this to successfully market your relatively, I say, mainstream sitcom on Hulu, a big streaming service. Is this like going to become a thing? Are they going to go up like Kathy Bates, who's the star of the new Matlock reboot, and say, Kathy, we need you to do something?
Please, Kathy, just do one I love your daughter video. Come on.
It'll be amazing. I have to ask you, though, about another thing you are famous for. Apparently, they say he's big in Japan. Well, you are big in Australia because they think you, out of all the people who attempt it, do the best fake Australian accent. Is that the case?
Exactly. I have been on the news in Australia for how good my Australian accent is. And I've never been to Australia.
Okay. So, and your Australian character is a weightlifter of some kind.
Mm-hmm. Rick. Yeah,
Rick.
he's a weightlifter.
Right. And I think having set you up as the finest fake Australian accent, I think we need to hear from Rick or anyone else you might want to.
Okay. I don't know. I don't usually do it on the spot. I'm probably going to fail. So let me say that. But let me see it. Hey guys, just wanted to say that I'm so glad we're all here together tonight, and it's a privilege to be able to talk to this crowd and to show off my amazing biceps and to lift kilos and lift so many kilos. Something like that.
Wow, that was actually really good.
And I love.
I mean, it's a very specific
I love
one.
the fact
Like it's
that
a
somebody
regional.
in Australia saw that and said,
Yes.
"That man's a hero."
Exactly.
We need to bring him onto our air just to praise him for his fake. How do you? Is there a secret to your brilliant fake Australian accent?
Yes, it's not a secret. It's that I watched several seasons of Australia's Next Top Model. And one of the key phrases is this not such a nice thing to say, but is this guy was talking to one of the models and he goes, "Look, waist up, it's great, but waist down, you've got a lot of work to do because you're not going to fit the clothes, and if you don't fit the clothes, you don't get the job."
Wow, that
was amazing.
That's exactly the speech Peter gave me backstage.
Yeah. Well, Brian Jordan Alverez, it is so much fun to talk to you, and we have asked you here to play a game we're calling
English Teacher, Meet an English Creature.
And by English creature, we of course mean the hedgehog.
Aww.
An adorable spiny thingamajig that's under severe threat because apparently we just can't have good things. Answer 2 or 3 questions about hedgehogs correctly, Brian, and you will win a prize for one of our listeners. A hedgehog. No, not that. A voice for their voicemail message. Bill, who is Brian Jordan Alverez playing for?
Kate Smith of Orlando, Florida.
All right.
Brian
Here's your first question.
Jordan
Hedgehogs, of course, are
Alverez.
beloved in England, and in 2006, the Hedgehog Preservation Society, a real thing, won an important battle on behalf of the hedgehogs. Was it A, they won a court case that led to hedgehogs being legally classified as, quote, tiny, spiny persons? B, every town is required to have at least one hedgehog highway, a lane at the side of the road reserved for hedgehogs? Or C, they got McDonald's to redesign their McFlurry cups because hedgehogs kept getting stuck in them?
C.
Definitely
B or
C.
C.
C. Peanut
I
gallery?
think C.
You're right,
I
Brian.
didn't
That's
say
what
anything.
What?
I didn't say anything. I had no options. But they already said what it was.
True.
It took 6 years of lobbying and presumably television commercials with sad hedgehogs with McFlurry cups on their heads, but it did work. McDonald's did change the design of their McFlurry.
Look, and we all miss the old McFlurry cup, but you got to.
It's all right, man. It's for the hedgehogs. It's for the hedgehogs. Okay. Now, as we've established, English people love their hedgehogs, but maybe not as much as Americans do, who went so overboard for that animal that what happened in 2019? A, the American Kennel Club had to change their rules to officially exclude hedgehogs from being entered into the Westminster Dog Show. B, the CDC had to issue a warning that kissing your hedgehog could give you a rare form of salmonella. Or C, the Met Gala kept Zendaya from entering while wearing a cape made of 24 live hedgehogs.
I think it's B.
You think it's B? You're right. The CDC had to put out a...
You said B?
Both of us did.
Right on. Points all around.
put out a warning. Stop kissing your
I remember that warning.
You remember that warning?
Yes. Because remember, a preschool teacher, so one of the big books that we read every year involves Hedgie the Hedgehog.
Oh. So, of course, the warning is there. Okay.
Sanitary, shake their paws firmly. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, last question. You're doing very well, Brian. Hedgehogs are very familiar animals, but there are still some mysteries about them. For example, nobody knows why hedgehogs occasionally do what? A, refuse to eat anything but cheese pizza. B, blow up like a balloon. Or C, get into formation and do what really looks like a synchronized dance number.
I could be wrong.
I think it's C.
Blowing up like a balloon. You're right. Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
You both said B?
today.
Huh? They're
No, I
quick.
said C.
You said C.
I didn't say anything. I was about to say B, but they already answered it, so no point there.
Okay. No points all the way around then.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. They do that.
People do that sometimes too.
Yeah, its technical name is balloon syndrome, and nobody knows exactly what causes it. It's very dangerous for the hedgehogs, and the cure, and I am very serious, is to deflate them.
Whoa.
Oh.
Bill, how did Brian Jordan Alverez do in
So
our
if
show?
it hugs
He has
another
entered
hedgehog.
a rare group. 3
Kinda.
in a row. Yes.
Congratulations.
Wow, Brian.
Brian Jordan Alverez is the creator, producer, writer, and of course star of English Teacher on Hulu. Brian Jordan Alverez.
binge English Teacher on Hulu. Binge English
Binge it. Do not sleep. Do not eat. Bye. In just a minute, Bill goes for gold in Mario Kart in the Listener Limerick Challenge. Call 1-888-WAIT-WAIT to join us on the air. We'll be back in a minute with more of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me from NPR.
All that you're worthy of.
Close deal and sale.
Hold a candle in the cold November.
/wait wait. That is linked.
Chicago, this is Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm Bill Curtis. We're playing this week with Luke Burbank, Emmy Blotnick, and Brian Babylon. And here again is your host at the Studebaker Theater in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you so much. In just a minute, Bill finds it hard to hold a candle in the cold November rime. In our Listener Limerick Challenge game, if you'd like to play, give us a call at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. Right now, panel, some more questions for you from the week's news. Emmy, the New York Times this week made a plea to wedding planners to look out for a marginalized group of people at weddings. Who are those people?
Are they
Straight
single people?
They are, in fact, the single people.
One of them is here.
Yes, apparently. Single people, yes. Where everybody's there to celebrate true love between two people. But what about the sad spinsters? Not to mention, of course, the spinstos.
Yeah.
This article recommends, for example, that people who are organizing weddings should cancel the slow dances, because those can be hard for the people without a date. The article even mentioned one woman at a wedding who felt so awkward she tried to get on the slow dance floor by dancing around with her dinner roll. What a goof. I wonder why she's single.
Right?
Who goes to a wedding and makes it about them? Why would you? This is my day. How dare? No, I'm not.
Brian Zilla.
Yeah.
I also think that the premise, having been married a couple of times, not to brag, the premise that the single people are the sad people misunderstands the nature of some committed relationships. Heading on home, doing whatever you want to do, is not a bad feeling compared to tense car ride home.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me
someone tried to break out their moves to Jungle Fever.
At your weddings, the number indeterminate at this point, you
That's
were there.
for the courts to decide.
You were there, getting married,
Yes.
looking at the dateless people
No.
who were leaving alone going,
No.
those lucky bastards. No.
Not in those moments, but I'm just saying this cultural idea that we have to feel so bad for folks who are single, like their life is such a living hell. I would just say spend a Saturday morning with them and see how unhellish it is.
Yeah, they're asleep.
They're asleep, they're chilling, nobody is messing with them. It's a pretty good scene.
You know what? I will say I've been to some receptions
Married,
and they put people at the
soon to be
single table.
divorced
So it's
again.
that old auntie, a couple of teenagers, and a few single people. Throw some joints on that table and keep it stepping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you catch a bouquet, go home.
I'm just imagining, they throw the garter in the air, or whatever they throw in the air, the bouquet.
What'd you say?
I said, that's a thought.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
some people are going, whoa.
Yeah.
Luke, managers have tried a variety of incentives
Hey,
to get
they
employees
brought it
back
up,
in the
not
office,
me.
even this long after
know,
the
I
pandemic.
know.
Things like ping pong tables, massage chairs, but one company in Sweden may have topped them all by adding what feature?
Is it experiential? Is
Yes.
it like some kind of a trampoline or slide or?
Oh, yes, a slide, very much like that. I'll give it to you. It's a roller coaster.
A roller coaster.
Yes. The Great
Usually-
Exhibition Design Studio, that's the name of the company. They made waves this week by becoming the first office in the world, as far as anyone knows, to feature a fully functional indoor roller coaster in the office. It's the perfect addition to lure back employees who love both fun and filing workman's comp applications. The roller coaster, which has a 10-foot vertical drop and is 200 feet long along its course, can carry a single rider on a trip throughout the office, through the halls and the lunchroom and the workrooms, right by the desks of all the employees who were like, good Lord, Sven, I'm on a Zoom call. Could you not?
I like the idea that if you go to this company's website, everyone's profile pic is that photo they sell you at the end.
Exactly.
What have you got? Do they do that, like when you get laid off?
Hold on.
Get into the roller coaster, and then you look up, you're at your car with your box.
That would be nice,
Like,
yeah.
right?
It seems like it would be, I guess, a good way to wake yourself up if it was like you're hitting that low-key point in the day.
Yeah.
But it
Oh,
also
yeah.
seems like a tremendously poor use of the space of the office building.
Well,
I
Especially
don't
for
know.
just
I
one
bet your
person.
mail
Yeah.
gets
One
really
person
gets
at a
delivered
time.
really quick
Don't you want
now.
to do that with your friends?
Yeah.
That's even more important.
well, you can wave to them. as you
Friendship?
fly by.
No, a one-person roller coaster sounds dumb.
What does the company
That's
manufacture
what I
or
was gonna
sell
ask.
or do?
They're a design company. They do
Oh.
design installations. So
We're going to go back to that in a second. Design company. What did you say, though, Peanut Gallery? Peanut Gallery?
So he was getting a phone call. Or he's getting a phone call.
I thought he was gearing up to say something funny.
Eventually.
Yes, well, okay then. They're a design firm. Of course they are. Of course they are.
design installation. So it's
On brand.
it's less surprising
Yes.
than if it were, say, a payroll processing.
It'd be great if it was like Safeco
roller
Insurance.
coasters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Ooh, I want this remix. I really want this remix.
Coming up, it's Lightning Fill in the Blank, but first it's the game where you have to listen for the rhyme. If you'd like to play on air, call or leave a message at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. You can catch us most weeks at the Studebaker Theater in downtown Chicago, or you can come see us on the road in Detroit on November 14th and at Carnegie Hall in New York City on December 12th. For tickets and information, go to nprpresents.org.
How do you
also,
get
you
to
can check out our
Carnegie
sister
Hall?
podcast, How to Do Everything.
Practice,
This week, Mike
practice,
and Ian talked to
practice.
two of your kids' favorite celebrities, Josh Gad from Frozen and the Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg. Hi, you're on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hello, this is Jenna from Cincinnati.
What do you do there in Cincinnati?
I am a project engineer for a large steel company and mom to a rambunctious 3-year-old son.
How very cool. And I'm not talking about the sun. I got one of those. Big deal. I'm talking about the steel because, it's the modern world. People who call in, they're teachers, they're consultants, they're IT professionals. You make something.
Yeah, it's really actually kind of cool.
Right. Do you like take steel home from the office?
I can't say yes or no.
Right.
So she doesn't
Well, Jenna,
steal
welcome to the
steel.
show. Bill Curtis is going to read you 3 news-related limericks with the last word or phrase missing from each. He'll stop suddenly. That's when you'll know it's your turn to fill in that last word. And if you do that 2 times out of 3, you'll be a winner. Ready to play?
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Here is your
I'm ready.
first limerick.
Though the slime factor's making me chokra. For my health,
Okra.
I'm going for brokra. For the good of my bod, I'm distilling green pods. And I'm drinking the water from
Okra.
Okra, yes. Okra is in a new health trend that is supposedly going to lower your blood pressure and aid your digestion. People online are drinking something called okra water.
I was worried we were drinking
No, we're
okra.
not.
No.
There's only 2 ways that limerick ends.
Pretty much. Oprah would have been better. Okra water is, I am sorry to report exactly what it sounds like. It's the perfect drink for anyone who's looked at, water and thought, sure, this is good, but couldn't it be more mucilaginous?
Yeah, mucilaginous.
So to make okra water, you just leave lots of slices of okra in water overnight, and then in the morning you throw out the okra and you drink the bitter, gloppy liquid that's left over.
Oh, God.
The trend started after someone said, I'd like to drink my own snot, but there's not enough of it.
What if Rocky Balboa did that in the morning?
That stuff he never would have had a boxing career.
He never
Put it
had a-
down,
yeah.
walked away. That's too gross.
Gaston from Beauty and the Beast making raw eggs in his okra water.
Yeah.
No one's thick as Gaston.
So is this
No one slimes like Gaston.
All right, Jenna, here is your next limerick.
Though the internet answered with rage, I did not lock my tot in a cage. I merely chose paint that is boring and faint. Now the baby's room's color is...
Beige. Yes, that's right. Instead of the bright primary colors that we're all used to with children's stuff, more and more baby toys and decor and clothing is being made in beige
core.
and other neutral colors.
Did you get that, Peanut Gallery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've seen videos on beige core.
There's actually some developmental science behind that.
Is there?
Going with more neutral tones, not beige specifically, but natural tones. So the earth, basically your earth tones, your natural tones.
Instead of bright.
It's better. Yeah. Leads to less overstimulation and especially in a room where they're going to be sleeping, makes it so that it's easier for them to sleep better.
I could see that.
There's slowly becoming more science behind that, but there has been for the last, let's see, this is 24, so like the last 12 years or so, they've been pushing for centers to have less stuff up on their walls and less busyness and less bright colors to bring down the overstimulation of kids and make it work better.
Man. That's it. Why'd they have to learn these lessons after I left,
Because they needed you to be the guinea pig to learn on?
Yeah, that tracks.
Doesn't it?
Never mind.
Yep.
I have thoughts, but I'm not gonna say them.
Uh-huh.
All right, back to it. And then
Decor and clothing is being made in beige and other neutral colors. Even the beloved TV character Bluey has become beigey.
Well, there is a shortage of accountants in America, and the only way to get more of them is raise them in a beige bedroom with babies.
Here is your last limerick.
Though not buff, I won't fave any shaming. With controllers on screens, I am aiming. New Olympic events will appear 4 years hence. I'll be getting a medal in...
Gaming.
Yes,
very good.
3 in a row. Wow.
An official at the International Olympic Committee.
Peanut Gallery, you get there?
Yeah, we all got gaming.
I didn't.
We all got that one. You didn't?
Nope, I didn't.
The International Olympic Committee said recently that they, quote, cannot ignore the staggering numbers, unquote, of video game players out there. So video games will probably be added to the Olympics sometime in the near future, say by 2032, when the top medal winners in the games will be the U.S., China, and the Mushroom Kingdom.
So this is going to replace, because they breakdancing clearly
Oh, yeah.
came and went. So
thanks, Ray Gun.
Yeah.
Right. Bill, how did Jenna do in our quiz?
Jenna is solid as steel, 3 in a row.
Congratulations, Jenna.
Thank you all so much.
Jenna, take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
This message comes from MIDI Health. Women in midlife face a healthcare desert, but MIDI is here to fill the gap, offering expert care for perimenopause and menopause covered by insurance. Join MIDI.com. Experiencing and know how to help. This means a lot of audience attracting, leads
To answer as many fill-in-the-blank questions as they can, each
easier than ever for marketers to remix content, boost leads, and score customers fast. Learn more at HubSpot.com/marketers.
Now it's time for our final game. Lightning fill-in-the-blank. Each of our players will have 60 seconds in which to answer as many fill-in-the-blank questions
Guys
as
ready?
they can. Each correct answer is now worth 2 points. Bill, can you give us the scores?
Luke has 4. Emmy and Brian each have 2.
All right. So I'm just going to arbitrarily choose Brian to go first. Here we go. The clock will start when I begin your first question. Fill in the blank.
Okay.
On Monday, federal authorities started an investigation into the fires that destroyed blanks in Oregon and Washington.
Wildfire.
Voting.
No ballot boxes this time.
But yeah, they were like wild in there.
Choose Brian to go first. Here we go. The clock will start when I begin your first question. Fill in the blank.
Okay.
On Monday, federal.
Did you say that? No. Gallery? No. I got so close, but I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Okay. On Monday, federal authorities started an investigation into the fires that destroyed blanks in Oregon and Washington.
Wildfires.
No ballot boxes this time.
But yeah, they were like wild in there.
On Tuesday, the CDC confirmed that 15 people contracted E. coli linked to food from blank.
McDonald's?
Yes. On Wednesday, rescue workers confirmed that 1,200 people were still trapped after Spain experienced massive, disastrous blanking.
Floods.
Earthquakes?
Right. Saying they pose a risk to their health, schools throughout the country are banning students from blanking.
Tweet. Texting.
No, wearing Crocs, the shoes. On Monday, Apple unveiled the first features of their new blank feature.
Artificial intelligence?
Yes, Apple Intelligence it's called. Best known for her roles in Young Frankenstein and Tootsie, Blank passed away at the age of 79.
What'd you say?
I can't come up with her name. I know who it is, but I can't come up with her name.
Oh. Did you get the last one?
Nope, not this time.
79.
Damn. Terry Gar?
Right. This week, a pizzeria in Wisconsin apologized to customers after they ran out of cooking oil and ended up using blank instead.
French fry oil.
No cannabis oil. You know how it is, you run out of oil for your pizza you're making in a communal kitchen and accidentally you grab the bottle that somebody else was using to make pot brownies. About 70 customers reported getting super high after eating the pizza, which is, of course, the reverse order of the way it usually happens. Things got even worse when the restaurant ran out of those little Parmesan cheese packets and thought, well, we'll just send these little baggies of white powder instead.
Hey, wait,
Bill,
that
how
was
did Brian
last
do in our
week's
quiz?
show.
4 right, 8 more points. A total of 10 puts him in the lead.
All right. Emmy, you're up next. Here we go. Fill in the blank. According to a new report, Elon Musk has been in regular contact with blank for at least 2 years.
Putin.
Right. After serving 120 days in prison, former Trump Chief of Staff blank was released on Monday.
Steve Bannon.
Right. This week, the Los Angeles Dodgers beat the New York Yankees to win their 8th blank championship.
World Series.
World Series?
Right. On Wednesday, Starbucks announced they would no longer charge extra for blank.
Like one of those alt milks?
Right. Yes. Non-dairy milks. This
Oh,
week,
man.
a group of skateboarders fulfilled the wishes of their recently deceased.
Did anyone get that?
Nope.
No.
Okay. Skateboarder recently deceased.
The wishes
What?
of their recently deceased friend by blanking.
Quitting?
No, by turning his headstone into a quarter-pipe skating ramp. For the first time in 130 years, the peaks of Mount Fuji in Japan don't have any blank on them in October.
Snow.
Right. Passengers flying from...
You said ice?
I said clouds. He said snow.
Passengers flying from Seattle to Anchorage were outraged this month after a man blanked while in flight.
Seattle to Anchorage.
Not important.
Okay, all right.
Not even sure why I mentioned it.
Really bad. No, died.
What did he do, Peter?
He opened a can of tuna.
Oh, no.
So a TikToker named Allie Jackson was sitting there, and she started filming when the person...
What'd you say?
I said farted, and I also said tuna should count as a fart.
It should, but I'm not counting mine, so I'm not counting yours.
I know.
Next to her, just reached into his bag, pulled out a can of tuna, popped it open, and just started eating it with a fork. The smell quickly filled up the plane, which was terrible for everyone except that family of cats traveling in row 34. Bill, how did Emmy do on our quiz?
Really good. 5 right, 10 more points. Her total of 12 puts her in the lead.
All right. So how many, then, does Luke Burbank need to win?
4 to tie, 5 to win.
Not impossible, Luke. Here we go. Ready? This is for the game. Fill in the blank. After their opinion editor was prevented from publishing a presidential endorsement by their owner, over 250,000 people canceled their subscription to the blank.
Washington Post.
Right. In a move that sparked international outcry, Israel banned the UN group supporting refugees from blank.
Gaza.
Right. This week, several economic experts confirmed that America...
What did you say?
You got that one.
You got that one?
Peanut Gallery did. I did not.
I got the name of the group right, but I didn't realize he wasn't asking for the group.
Right.
Has managed to avoid a blank.
Recession.
Right. On Monday, a new rule went into effect requiring airlines to automatically refund passengers whose flights are blanked.
Delayed.
Canceled?
Right, or canceled. This week, a Canadian man was arrested for driving under the influence after he was caught blanking.
Drinking maple syrup.
No, driving a Zamboni into the sides of an ice rink while dressed as a kangaroo. On Thursday, the USDA announced plans to test raw milk for blank.
Listeria?
No, bird flu after months of complaints.
Did anyone get either of those last two?
No, I didn't get the kangaroo one out in time, but yeah, no.
After months of complaints online about their portion sizes, Blank announced they were returning to, quote, consistent and generous portions.
Chipotle?
Right after residents of the UK started posting pictures of the Northern Lights on social media, authorities revealed that blank.
It was swamp
It
gas?
was
a weather balloon?
It was a
Aliens?
children's drawing of the Northern Lights.
No, they're actually just the light shining up from a tomato factory. A recent solar storm has caused the aurora borealis to be visible far closer to the equator than any time in recent history. Sadly, this, though, was not that. This was the lights from the plant over there that processed tomatoes. If you're wondering how to tell the difference, the clues were the glow in the sky was shining upwards and it was red, and some observers reported the moon hitting their eye like a big pizza pie.
Oh, yeah.
Bill, did Luke do well enough to win?
5 right, 10 more points. 14 gives him the win.
Good job, Luke. In just a minute, we'll ask our panelists, now that we know that animals drink alcohol, what will be the next surprising vice that we learn they have. But first, let me tell you all that Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me is a production of NPR and WBEZ Chicago in association with Urgent Haircut Productions' Doug Berman, Benevolent Overlord. Philip Goedeke writes our limericks. Our public address announcer is Paul Friedman. Our tour manager is Shayna Donald. Special thanks this week to our old friend Gary Yeck. And thanks as always to the staff and crew at the Studebaker Theater. BJ Liederman composed our theme. Our program is produced by Jennifer Mills, Miles Dornbos, and Lillian King. Special thanks to Blythe Robertson and Monica Hickey. Our intimacy coordinator is Peter Gwynn. Emma Choi is our vibe curator. Technical direction is from Lorna White. Her CFO is Colin Miller. Our production manager is Robert Newhouse. Our senior producer is Ian Chillock. And the executive producer of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, that's Michael Danforth. Now, panel, what wild things will animals be getting up to? Brian Babylon.
It comes to find out that McGruff, the crime dog, has been selling drugs the whole time.
I believe it. I knew I bought something from him. You know
That's
what?
what he
I
keeps
know
under the
it.
trench coat.
He's,
Makes
the,
sense. Emmy
he's
Blotnick.
the guy on the neighborhood
Horses
watch
are doing human
photo.
tranquilizers.
and Luke Burbank.
They'll become addicted to gambling, but the slot machines, when they come up cherries, it will be actual cherries.
Well, if any of that happens, we're going to ask you about it right here on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Thank you so much, Bill Curtis. Thanks to Brian Babylon, Emmy Blotnick, and Luke Burbank. Thanks to our fabulous audience who came out to see us at the Studebaker Theater. And thanks to all of you for listening out there, wherever you might be. I'm Peter Sagal, and we'll see you next week. This is NPR.
This message is brought.
All right, so the scores are. Pancakes came in with 4.
Mm-hmm.
Peanut Gallery came in with 16.
Nice.
Slightly ahead, Cat, with 17. And barely a step ahead of that, me with 19.
If I were able to get it out.
Yeah. We'd have been tied.
Yep.
This was a close
I've
game.
heard about the Zamboni thing, and I sat giggling over that earlier this week, and I wasn't able to get the word out.
Oh, yeah, and if I'd have, but see, if I'd have gotten the ballot boxes, the drop boxes, if I'd have managed to get that out, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you're already winning, so.
Yeah. But it really was anybody's game, pretty much at the once we got rolling in the bonus round, it became anybody's game. Like, it would have been, Peanut Gallery could have easily pulled ahead.
Yeah.
And probably would have if I'd have been able to hear him. I feel like there are a few points that he should have gotten because I just didn't hear what he said, but well, we're gonna go ahead and raid out. Stick around for the raid. We're headed over to the No Pants Sunday raid train. They're on DJ Margarita Mel now. And now is the time on the show when I say, as they say around here, 2 up, 2 down, VA, double deuces. We're out, y'all.